I've had my wonderful free bus pass for several years now. Most Tuesdays my friend and I take the bus to various interesting locations, both far and near. This Tuesday we set off to Hilmarton, a village near Calne. The bus stops outside the Duke Hotel, which was an Arkell's house a few years ago, but is now a free house. Here's a clip showing the old sign. It was built in the 1850s when it had its own brewery. One can glimpse a camping site to the right of the white buildings. Just down the road from the Duke is the church hall. This was built in 1934. The original main entrance is close to the main road, so not used now. Entrance can only be accessed from the rear via the churchyard. From the Duke, walk a few yards down Church Road to find the entrance to the church and graveyard. The church was first mentioned in 1291, but much of the tower was rebuilt in 1840. There was general restoration in 1879 to 81 at the expense of William Poynder. The church was Grade 1 listed in 1960. The tower has 6 bells, ranging in date from the 15th century to 1874. There is an impressive gate to the west side of the church with a notice regarding Commonwealth war graves. Here's one I managed to discover. Entry is usually through the gate on the south side of the church, which was constructed in about 1840, the inner roof of which appears to require a little attention. Parish notices are displayed on one side. I walk round to the left, passing the other side of the west gate, which exits onto the main road. As you can see, there are 4 buttresses on this side of the church. Continuing round the church, passing the steep steps to most likely a boiler room under the church. At the porch, where there is a notice advising the fact that the church is open for all, unusual these days. The church is also a camping church. This means that one can arrange to camp inside the church with prior arrangement. The first thing to catch my attention is the stone screen dividing the chancel from the nave. The altar area is highly decorated with paintings and carvings. This window has an interesting exhibit of a 1611 Bible in a glass case below it. Can you read the printing where S looks like F? At the west end, a kitchen and lounge area have been created with help from various organisations. Very handy for the visiting champers. Turning round, one can see the Lady Chapel, which was installed in the 1950s with an altar from St. Peter's of Highway. There is an unusual feature here, namely a squint, which means that the altar can be viewed, otherwise it would be behind a pillar. The eagle is the lectern from where the Bible is read. To the right is the pulpit where the vicar gives the sermons. There is an interesting array of embroidered hassocks at the altar rail. We must assume they were made for the Queen's diamond anniversary. The font is at the west end of the church and is quite simple. There are quite a few tablets on the walls commemorating different events. It's the first time I have seen a roll of honour of men from the area going to the First World War. After going round the church, I visited the churchyard and admired the gravestones and box tombs, of which there were several. The churchyard is well maintained, perhaps the work of village volunteers. Leaving the church via the main gate, we turn left to reach the village. The primary school, built in the 1860s, is visible down the street. On the right, now a private house, is the old post office. Also, now a private house, is what was originally the village shop. The telephone kiosk is still there, but no longer in use for making a telephone call. Continuing down Church Road, we pass a block of 5 single-storied almshouses built in 1877 and endowed by William Poynder for his retired estate workers. They seem to have a thriving allotment at the end of the building. What an impressive array of rooftops. To the left there is a rank of 2-storied houses built, as per the plaque on the front in 1874. Following Church Road, we come to some picturesque thatched cottages, the only ones in the village, complete with an old-fashioned cottage garden. This is Hilmarton Chapel, which was built in 1924, so quite a modern building in comparison with previous buildings. It's well maintained, with tubs of flowers either side of the door. Lammas Close is a newer development, but I couldn't find any information relating to it. We spotted an interesting looking path to the right, so we followed it along between the houses. We eventually came out in the relatively new Pointer Place estate, which leads out onto Compton Road. Walking along Compton Road, we passed several large houses with big gardens with apple trees, etc. This is where the well house is situated, but there is no evidence of a well that I could see. Soon we were almost back where we started. I hope we've not missed the bus which will come up this road. According to the plaque on the rear of the bus shelter, Hilmarton won the Best Kept Village in 2008. Here comes the bus to take us back to Calne after enjoying our interesting walk around Hilmarton village.